congratulations to TZ Von, Savage, and Jay Lava for their 500th episode of Keep It P podcast. Be one to you players.
Keep it P, man. From the P Mouth to itself, the Bishop John Magic Wand, chairman of the board of famous players everywhere. You dig, church.
Thank you for being there, fans, coming from P. You know what I mean? So make sure you check out the Keep It P podcast. This is me telling you. P. That's P the Ghost LOXD Block. And congratulations once again, TZ Vaughn, Savage, and Jay Lava. Love is love. Go Soldier Soul.
Jay Lava, television, network, the whole fucking 9 yards. You know what I'm saying?
Early in the morning, wake your goat mouth ass up.
Oh, my fault. Y'all couldn't even hear me. Dang, I'm up here slipping. Good morning, everybody. It is your guy, Jay Lava. And, I'm sorry, temporary. This is the Keep It P podcast, where we take the news, the situations, the everyday occurrences, and we show how one could have and could not have been keeping it peace. So you already know the deal, my good people. And then we're gonna go ahead and get with the story, because the story is the story. Can't change the story, so I guess I got to give it to you how it is. But on the channel, y'all see your boy talking mad trash yesterday, and he got pulled up on. Good morning, mother. He's talking mad trash yesterday and he got pulled up on, so I made a video about that. But this one says, at least 150 people fatally shot and more than 400 shootings over 4th of July weekend. So, if they mention Chicago, I'm gonna throw my phone out the window. Because I know it's not only Chicago. I know it's not Chicago. But let's see what they say. It says, at least 150 people were killed by gun violence and more than 400 shootings across the country during the 4th of July weekend, as major cities nationwide confront a surge of violence, according to data compiled by Gun Violence Archives. The data, which includes the number of shooting incidents and gun violence victims nationally over a 72-hour period from Friday to Saturday, is still evolving and will be updated. In New York, where gun violence has been raising to levels not seen in years, there were 26 victims from 21 shootings Friday to Sunday, a decrease from the same period last year when 30 people were shot and 25 shooting. 30 people were shot and 25 shooting. It says on the 4th, the city experienced 12 shooting incidents that involved 13 victims, and increased from last year where 8 shooting victims and 8 victims. So far this year, gun violence incidents in New York have spiked 40%, over the same period last year, 2020, with 767 shootings and 885 victims. It says CNN has requested data on how many shootings over the weekend resulted in homicides. Here they go, y'all. In Chicago, after Police Superintendent David Brown raised concerns before most challenging weekend of the year for policing, 83 people were shot, including 14 killings in a shooting from 6 p.m. to Friday, from 6 p.m. Friday to 6 a.m. Monday, according to CNN review of preliminary Chicago Police Department data. The injuries include 5-year-old girl wounded on Sunday afternoon and 6-year-old girl shot early Monday. Now, notice how when they mention the crimes from other states other than Chicago, they didn't mention who was shot. But then when they mentioned Chicago, they had to make sure that they put it was a little girl and a little boy. One of the 14 people killed was a member of the Illinois Army National Guard, CNN affiliate reported. His family identified him on social media as Chris Carvalho, yeah, I guess, through Cook County Medical Examiner, and his name was not officially released. It says that he was assigned to Company L recruiting program, blah, blah, blah. He was a National Guard. He was assigned to transport unit. He recently completed the basic training. Okay, so 2 police officers were injured in an overnight shooting as an individual opened fire while officers were dispensing a crowd of several thousand people and made more than 60 arrests, police said. Both are expected to survive. Unlike the other cities experiencing a spike in violent crime, homicide rate in Chicago through June is 2% lower than the same period. The number of victims is still 14% higher. The reason for the drop in the violence in June, where Chicago saw a 20% drop in homicides compared to last year's 98 of 78, and a 13% drop in shootings from 416 to 363, and an 8% decrease in shooting victims from 540 to 499. So, even in them trying to poop on Chicago, they really can't, because crime is decreasing. They just said it themselves. Violence across America. In a suburban Atlanta golf professional, Gene was fatally shot at a country club on Saturday. The police are still looking for the suspect. According to the Cobb County Police, Siller, 41, was found unresponsive with apparent gunshot wound to the head and was pronounced dead at the scene. Police said 2 other gunshot victims were also found on the course. See how they trying to skip and just gloss over the white criminality? Police are still searching for the suspect who has not been identified. Of course he ain't not been identified. They on code and they ain't telling. There were several mass shootings over the weekend. CNN defines a mass shooting as an incident with 4 or more people killed or wounded by gunfire. 8 people were injured early Sunday in a shooting near a car wash in Fort Texas. I did that story. One man during the argument began firing towards a group of people. Multiple people returned gunfire. Most of the victims were in stable condition and believed to be innocent bystanders, said the police. In Norfolk, Virginia, 4 children were shot Friday afternoon, including the 6-year-old girl who was initially reported to be suffering life-threatening injuries, but is still in stable condition, according to Norfolk police. The victims also include a 14-year-old boy, a 16-year-old girl, and a 16-year-old boy, all of whom are expected to fully recover. Norfolk police said detectives have arrested and charged 15-year-old boy in connection with the shooting. 1 person and 11 others were injured in the shooting at a block party attended by several hundred people in Toledo, Ohio. On Sunday night, according to Toledo police, the 17-year-old is dead after he was flown by helicopter to University of Michigan Hospital for treatment, according to Toledo police. 2 victims, 51 and 19-year-old, in critical condition after Crowell said, and other 9 people wounded in stable condition. Their ages range from 11 to 19 years old. Police in Cincinnati, Ohio said 2 males, 16 and 19, were killed and others injured on a holiday celebration at the park late Sunday night. 2 males were engaged in a verbal altercation, which resulted in 2 exchanging gunfire, and the other victims were caught in the crossfire, Cincinnati police said there. 2 girls, 16 and 17, and a 15-year-old boy were wounded in a shooting, said Isaac. A 17-year-old girl is in critical condition, a gunshot wound to the back, while her other 2 victims suffered gunshot wounds that are not life-threatening. And the last but not least, I think I did this one too, the Dallas police responding to 2 separate shootings on 4th of July that involved 5 men who were shot. 3 of the victims were pronounced dead after being transferred to a nearby hospital. Police said a 61-year-old man was killed in another incident after being shot multiple times in the street during a disturbance, and he died at the local hospital, according to the police. So basically what this article is designed to do, if you guys aren't, paying attention or aware, this article is to make it seem like there is so much crime going on over here, and we need the police so bad, and how could you think about defunding the police when we need them so bad, and this, that, and the other, and blah blah. It's a bunch of bullshit. The same crime been going on. I think that one, they ain't been counting certain crime, because we already know how they excuse white criminality. But anyway, this is the morning pre-drip, y'all, just to get you going a little bit on the news side of the game, so that when we come in heavy. We will be right back with more news that you can use that will get you going today. Always, when coming in, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and then also share the program. The program needs to be shared because YouTube does not. They don't share these kind of messages. Okay, so what we gonna need is everybody to share the program. I mean, it's just pretty much it. Other than that, that's all I got for you.
Bang my line. You can holler at me later, shawty, bang my line. You can catch me on the book or DM me at IG. Consider me took you from the premises. I bring it back like it's stolen from my nemesis. I bring it back on the store. Around me, almost drown me. It astounds me like the level of deceit when your people try to play you like somebody in the street. Like even when you praise him and you try to see him eat. Not to mention all the shit you did to get him on his feet. Kid of thoughts, 10,000 legs. I know you wish you could, but some can't. I learned from my mistakes and I done felt all the breaks. Learn to cut the grass real fast for the snakes. Learn to give a little bit more than I take. Too many times I score back, break, pump, fake. I got the PayPal, Cash App, Zelle, Chime. Hope you got yours, cause I got mine. I'm talking Payoneer, Netspend, Venmo, Stash. Too many ways for you to run my cash. Check. 2 step, come on. 2 step, come on.
Yes, sir. We be right back.